Morning, church. Hope you guys have been having a good week. Real keen to get back and see you guys all again. So today I'm going to be doing you guys' devotion, and my topic that I wanted to bring to you guys is develop your growth. So I want to start first in the book of Psalms, chapter 27, verse 11 to 13. That's Psalms 27, verse 11 to 13. And I'm reading from the NLT version, which states, "Teach me how to live, O Lord. Lead me along the right path, for my enemies are waiting for me. Do not let me fall into their hands, for they accuse me of things I've never done before. With every breath they threaten me with violence. Yet I am confident I will see the Lord's goodness while I am here in the land of the living." Now, as amazing of a man as David was, he was known as the giant slayer. He was known as the king of Israel. However, there was also times where he would be filled with trauma and worries. And during those times, whenever trauma and worries would happen to him, he stated in verse 13 that, "Yet I am confident I will see the Lord's goodness while I am here in the land of the living." And the reason why I wanted to bring that forward today is that I wanted to be able to have this type of question to question you guys. When trauma or worries push you to a point of hardships, what do you do? There's two possible things that can happen. You either A, decrease your growth, or B, develop your growth. See, now in verse 12, David was held with hardships. He goes on to explain that for they accuse me of things that I've never done. With every breath they threaten me with violence. This is David offloading and showing that what he's going through is hectic, and he's going through hardships. Yet during those times he stayed confident. During those times he stayed confident because he knew that God's goodness was there, and he chose to develop his growth. Now, how do you develop your growth? He says it in verse 14. He says, "Wait patiently for the Lord. Be brave and courageous. Yes, wait patiently for the Lord." And right in the NLT translation, verse 14, it actually says the term "wait patiently for the Lord" twice, which shows how meaningful that is. And why I wanted to encourage you guys to do this is during this time of separation and pandemic and being away from church, it's definitely taken a toll on everybody, regardless of their faith. I know for me and our family, it really took a toll on us because we really appreciate that fellowship that we have with the church, seeing each other all the time. Now, being away from church, we could have very easily chose to decrease our growth. How? Well, simply no one's there to see if we're watching the services. No one's there to keep us up to date with our Bible readings. Pretty much there's no one there to supervise you. So it was very easily to choose to just decrease your growth. However, we chose to develop our growth. How did we do that? We took every opportunity we could to keep that fellowship going and to keep our faith going. The constant Zooms that were happening on Tuesday night, the constant catch-ups right after church, on the Zooms there too, and it actually made opportunities to keep up to date with people more than we would face to face, which is amazing. So I want to encourage you guys, church, you have a choice. You can either choose to decrease your growth by blaming God and turning away from Him because you can't understand why the hardships are happening to you, or you can choose to develop your growth by what verse 14 says, "Wait patiently for the Lord, be brave and courageous." So I want to encourage you guys today to turn to God for the answer and know that God, He's all-knowing, He's all-powerful. And in in the book of Isaiah, chapter 46, verse 9 to 10, it states, "Remember the things I have done in the past, for I alone am God. I am God, and there is none like me. Only I can tell you the future before it even happens. Everything I plan will come to pass." So I want to encourage you guys today. There's nothing that can outrun God. And just know that your hardships can be the biggest opportunity for God to show His unfailing and unconditional love. So I encourage you, church, today to develop your growth and don't lose hope. Thank you.